All right, one of the biggest issues that I see people make over and over again is the third pull of the power clean. What a lot of people do is they will pull upwards really, really aggressively. They won't actually bend at the knee or the hip, or they'll reverse curl it, or they're scared of the bar. So going over this hopefully will help alleviate a lot of these issues. The power clean is one of the best movements that you can do for improving your vertical, which is why mastering the technique is so important. I'm John Evans. I'm the coach of the highest jumper in the world. This is Isaiah Rivera. He has a 50.5-inch vertical and is the highest jumper in the world. Been doing this for roughly, 6 years I've been coaching you.
Yeah.
Yep. And have a list of 20 to 50 athletes who are currently pro dunkers or have a vertical of over 45 inches. So we'll get into it here, guys. So we went over the first pull and the second pull the other day. So remember, the first pull is from the ground to above the knee. The second pull is going to be that active, really aggressive jump. And the third pull is going to be how you get yourself underneath the bar. Now, some people won't actually call it the third pull. They'll just say, oh, it's the catch or whatever else, or they kind of skimp over this. I found that this is usually the scariest part for people, because getting into the set position and slowly lifting off the ground and then the jump is pretty easy to explain, but it's uncomfortable when the bar is basically accelerating from your legs, pushing through the ground, and then it's scary to quickly, when the bar is moving fast, throw it onto your neck, essentially, right? So what we're gonna do, Isaiah is going to take the bar out of the rack here, and I'm gonna show you guys how the bar should move in the third pull. So again, the grip, guys, we went over in the first two videos. Isaiah's holding a hook grip here, but I like it to be about thumb's length from the smooth part to the knurling, which is the rough part of the bar. We'll go from here. Yep. So Isaiah's got about thumb length from here for his grip. He's gonna go into the hook grip position. And then to learn this, what I like to have people do is upright row. So an upright row is keeping the bar as close as possible. The elbows come up almost in the scarecrow position. And then what he's gonna do is he's going to keep upright rowing into a front squat. Now, to get into the front squat position, you probably should practice that front rack. So Isaiah, go up into a front rack. So to do this right, and this is where a lot of people mess up, you can face sideways. They will not keep the hand open, which is really, really bad. If you try to hold onto the bar, what happens is the elbows, the elbows will drop down into this kind of, or the forearms will go vertical in this position. You can even hold it off the bar and show them how to do it wrong. The bar will float off. They're holding it in their hand. This can really cause a lot of wrist issues, which is a serious problem and a big limiter for people. Or they will not have the mobility. So what you need to do is open the hand, allow yourself to use your finger flexibility, essentially, right? And then I like to cue pushing the elbows together, and then I want to see the upper arm parallel to the ground. So Isaiah's doing a pretty good job here. If you do it right, you should be able to hold your arms straight out in front of you, and the bar will be resting on the AC joint, which is the acromial clavicular joint. It's where the acromion process comes into the clavicle, and that's where the bar sits on. It also should be against your neck. If you do it right, it'll feel like it's choking you a little bit. Isaiah even has this issue where he'll let the bar roll down, and I tell him, I'm like, push it back into your neck. It's gonna feel like it's choking you, but that's how you know you're doing it right, and you'll be able to maintain a good catch position. So that's the receiving position. We'll go back. It's like a basketball, the way you're throwing that around. So now from this position, all I'm gonna have him do is just practice pulling the bar onto the shoulders in a front squat. So he's basically just doing a muscle clean here and just come back down, reversing the movement. Now, one issue I'll see people make is that they will float the bar out in front of their body. Yep, and reverse curl it. You want to avoid doing that. You want to slide it up your body as close as possible. And then the other thing that I like to see is the elbows are back behind you, and then they swing around in front of the bar, in front of the body. So once you learn how to do that action really, really quickly and smoothly, then you can start to add in the drop underneath the bar, or the flexion of the hips and the knees during the catch position. So on the first pull and second pull, we went from extending the knee, pushing it back, to a double knee bend in this position, extending aggressively. So we're at the end of the second pull, the bar is moving the fastest it will be moving in this entire movement, and we are now focusing on dropping under the bar. So during this movement, what you should see is every angle, you can face the camera here, Isaiah, every angle that you flex the elbow, right, the knee and hip should also flex. So at the end of the pull, we're done doing work on the bar. It's essentially moving upwards at roughly 2 to 3 meters per second. So he is gonna start pulling up with the elbows. As he does that, he is going to flex his hip and knee and squat underneath the bar. So if he does this correctly, go back down. As the elbow flexes, right, I'm noticing his hip is flexing. So flexing, 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 and then goes into the catch position, right? Where I see people go wrong with this, and you can just keep repping this out. So this is a slow motion version of it. Ideally, it gets a little faster, and as you get more comfortable, you can speed this up. But you want to move your body around the bar. What I see a lot of people do is try to move the bar around their body, meaning if this is a lot of mass, right, it has a lot of inertia. It has more inertia than your body does. So you should be able to pull on it and tug on it and move your body around that heavy barbell. If the bar's light, that's probably not going to be the case. But when it gets heavy, over 100 kilos or 225, that's what you should see happen. So go ahead, Isaiah, do this a couple more times. Yep. So we notice he's pulling, jumping into a front squat is another cue I like to use. And again, elbows are up, the bar is on the shoulders and on the fingertips. The weight is on his shoulders. If it is not on your shoulders, then you need to open up the hand and be less afraid of it. And you can do this drill 100 times. You can do this 100 times before you even start the actual power clean. If you're struggling with that, another big issue I'll see guys do is they'll do a sissy squat. So we'll go from the side here. So instead of flexing at the hip, they'll keep their hip completely, oh yeah. They'll keep their hip, they'll basically bend the knee forward. Here, let me try to do it wrong for you. I think I can do this wrong. I probably could have demoed this whole thing actually. So what they'll do is they'll jump and they'll do this, right? So the knee flexes and the hip never does. Or they'll do it out of sequence. So they'll jump, knee comes forward, and then they'll flex the hip back. You want to see it happen in unison. Again, every angle that the elbow bends, you're squatting down, right? I'm coming down, I'm coming down, I'm coming down. Turns over into the catch position, and then I stand up, right? So if you do it correctly, you won't see the knee flex first, like this, and then the hip go, right? They'll happen at the same exact time. Ideally, the bar hits your shoulders right as you hit the bottom of that squat. So that's the third pull, guys. Make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe. If you have questions, leave it in the comment section below. That's it, guys. Go to THPStrength.com and sign up for coaching if you're looking to get more explosive and jump higher. See you guys next time.